Hi everyone, Stacy from Dies to Die For. Welcome to another 25 Dies of Christmas video. Today is day number 5, and this is the third card that we've done so far because we're doing scrapbook pages in between. In case you haven't watched any videos, this is the card we're going to be making today. Of course, I had to use our cute little gnome. Let me show you the dies we're using. We'll be using the Gina Marie stitched slimline rectangles and loose stitched rectangles. On almost every card in the 25 Dies of Christmas, we use both of these dies. Just so you know, I'm going to use the Tank's Tiny Alphabet. Of course, our little gnome that makes such a cute little Santa. Presents. This is a present trio. Our birch trees and Santa's sleigh. And I think I got them all. So let's get started. I started with a stitched rectangle cut out in white. Then I am going to take some of our birch trees. I cut the birch trees in white also. I inked around the edge of this in gray and the center a little bit lighter gray. Then I inked around the edge of my birch trees. I'm going to use one large one and one small one for my A2 size card. Then our sleigh, there's a couple of different ways you can make the sleigh. Let me see if I have right there. Okay, this one, I cut two sleighs out, inked the bottom part gray, the top red, and I cut them apart and I layered the gray part on top of the red. This I did just the opposite. I layered the red on top of the gray. And then on the original card, I didn't layer at all. I just inked as carefully as I could by masking it off, one piece. So whatever way you want to make your sleigh is fine. I don't think I use any one set way. It just depends on the mood that I'm in when I make the card. Sometimes I don't want to take the time to layer, so I just ink everything. Okay, we're going to lay our tallest birch tree down. Hold it down for a second. And there's my words, but I don't know where. I think I'm missing some words. I pre-mounted all my words, and I think I misplaced the words for, let me see, for my slimline card. Goodness, I just can't get it together, can I? Always missing something. I know you guys have to start watching my videos now, like, okay, what's you gonna be missing today? And we're gonna take our smaller birch tree, put it right there next to the larger one. And let's see, we have some presents. I'm gonna use the gray one. I inked that gray. I just inked around the edges of this one with the, what color did I use? I used the Simon Hurley Bee Sting, and then I like a little darker of a red, so I went over it with the Game Over. That seems to, using both of those inks seems to give me the colors that I really want. And then this present is from our Santa toy bag. I didn't get that die out to show you, but I just wanted a little smaller of a present. Okay, let's get these glued down, and then I'll show you how I layered our cute little Santa gnome. Hurry up and do this because I want this present behind the gray one I just put down. So I still, and I just put glue on the wrong side. No, I actually didn't put it on the right side. Move that guy up a little. There we go. That's better. Now you'll see him. Am I going off screen again? Let me move back over. There we go. Now our little gray one right in the front. a die with some smaller presents like this, because I tend to use this present off of the Santa's bag a lot. I like the size. And if you want some dimension on your card, you could pop this little sleigh up. We are not doing that today. I know, surprise, surprise. I am actually not going to use pop dots. Okay, get our sleigh down. And then my word, I cut everything in these kits is cut out in white, just in case I haven't gone over that yet. But I cut our believe word out with the Tank's Tiny Alphabet, and then inked it the same way I did the sleigh and the gnome with the bee sting, and then the game over top of it. And I want this somewhere right around here, over top of those trees. Okay, I guess I had a few more steps before I show you the little gnome. Got one of the cardinals off the birch tree set. I'm just gonna add him somewhere up there. Okay, now I can get to our little gnome. Okay, what I did for the gnome is I cut out 2 gnomes, and then scissors. Where are my scissors? Okay, I guess we're using the big scissors, because nope, here's my smaller scissors. Okay. I left 1 white, and I just inked the little boots. And I've already put his nose on there. I inked the nose in pink. I already put the nose on so I didn't lose a little piece. I'm going to cut the beard off of that, and then his little feet off. And I did put pop dots on this gnome. This is going to be the gnome for our slimline card, because I already have, this guy is for the A2. I just wanted some dimension on the slimline card to show you the difference. Layer his little boots right on top. And then his beard has some pop dots on it. And I thought I had a hat that I had already added pop dots to, but it doesn't look like it. Oh, did that? Yeah, that hat has. Okay. That hat was actually cut off of another gnome. The pop dots on his hands are in the way. Trying to get his beard back there. There we go. Now let's pop his beard up over his hands. Oh, he's so cute. You wanna know what? I don't know if it needs a hat layered on top of it. I think the hat set back like that is fine. Don't you? We're gonna leave it like that. I like it. Okay, here's the difference. And then I cut the little piece underneath of his hands loose and put a pop dot behind his hands too. But there's a difference. Dimensional, flat. This flat one is going to go right on our A2 card. And then the dimensional gnome Santa is going to go on our slimline. So we will glue this down. Oh, I think that gnome makes such a cute little Santa. I got some red on his beard. But okay, that's how I did that card. Let's go to our slimline. Apparently we're going to do the slimline with missing words. I do not. I should have had another rectangle a little bit smaller with the words already. So I don't know if they got mixed in with the page that we're going to be making. I can add them later. At least I have this rectangle for spacing, right? Okay, I'm going to use, I think, was I going to use Mrs. Claus on this card? I think I might. Made the girl gnome into a little Mrs. Claus. For her, I cut out 2 also, and I just used the pieces. Like I left the apron white, cut it off, popped it up, popped her hat up, and her little arms and mittens, and then I cut the face and the hair apart, and then I inked it and then put it on her because it's too hard to try to mask those off and ink around them. So let's see how we want to lay this slimline card out. These to go kind of all the way up, and I think I'm gonna put this maybe in the middle. Let's just lay stuff out. Don't get ahead of yourself here. Okay, I should have one more little present too. Goodness gracious. I think I mixed, because this should be a part for the page that we're doing. So I think I mixed a few pieces up. That's okay though. I'll just make it with what we have, or I'll add the little gray present later, the small one. So let's get these glued in there. That corner. Glue it like that for right now so that there's nothing stopping the small gray present from sliding in at a later point. Okay, presents are glued on. Now, I think the problem with this is because it's just not wide enough. So either we put our little gnome coming out of the sleigh, maybe put Mrs. Claus in there with him too, or we turn it this way. Let's see how we can make it look turning it this way. Probably gonna need a few more birch trees if we turn it this way. Put our sleigh right there. I think that it's gonna be better turned this way. What do you think? Do Mr. and Mrs. Claus on the side. And then our word will go, I think I like it that way. Yep, that's what we're going with. It has been decided. This is not the way that I envision this card. But visions change, right? I think I'm gonna like it a lot better this way. Get some of our trees glued down. This is a fairly simple card too. And it's fun. I really like to make those little gnomes. And since I popped them up, I should have put this sleigh. I can still do it, right? It's not glued down, secured yet. Let's see, let's grab some pop dots. Where are you, my pop dots? Here we go. This is, I gotta move up a little. I know, I'm off the screen. To me, figuring out how the slimline cards are gonna go that's the fun part of these videos for me. Okay. Let go. Taking these little backers off of the tabs is not the fun part. Luckily, our brand of Pop Dots, backers peel off pretty easy. A lot of times, I'm trying to use up a lot of older Pop Dots that were not my brand. And usually when I struggle a lot with them, I don't know if it's because they're older or just not the best quality. But usually when I'm struggling, it's not a pop dot, that's one of ours. Okay, I have to glue this birch tree set down. And with these birch trees also, you can cut these apart. That's why I like the double ones. You can cut them apart and use different pieces too. I like having a few different options when I have a die. So you could use the bigger one, smaller one. You could cut them all apart and use individual trees. Just cut these off flush. And now you have all kinds of little birch tree pieces for your next card. Sure, I can figure something out for those. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Claus right next to each other. Then later, we will slide our words right in there. I actually, because the rectangle is smaller that I have the believe on, and I cannot believe that I can't find the believe. I know I made it. Anyway, because it's smaller, I think I'm going to lay this one down and then layer the other one inside of it to fill up a little more space. I could maybe add a present or two also. I think these are a little big, but no, we're not adding the presents. But I could pull this down to fill in more of the space. The possibilities are endless. Okay. Should we pop? No, we're not gonna pop them up anymore, are we? Because we already have one layer of pop dots on them. This pop dot is just there to raise her hands up a little bit more. I don't remember if I made a Mrs. Claus for the scrapbook page or not. I probably did. She's probably from the scrapbook page. We will see. She's being used on the slimline card now, though. Because I like her there. I should cut a couple of those little presents out, the one that we did in the light gray, and put them in one of their hands. Okay, that is how our slimline card is going to look with words on it eventually when I find them. There you are. And here is our A2 card that we made today and our original. Thank you for watching. We will see you again tomorrow for another 25 Dies of Christmas. Have a great day.